What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more score from a J-drama. We're going to go back to one that I have already talked about, so I won't spend too much time setting it up. We're going to listen to a tune from Code Blue, once again, Code Blue. I was calling it Code Blue Helicopter Doctor, which would make more sense in like English syntax, but the way it's like translated, the official English title is Code Blue Doctor Helicopter. Which makes it sound like a doctor with the surname Helicopter. But yeah, bottom line, I mentioned it before, it's probably the best medical drama show I've ever seen. And I made a point where I was talking about, they go out, they get transported to like emergency situations via helicopter, so that it's very like, time is of the essence and they got to figure out what's going on quickly. But there is a lot of stuff back at the hospital too. I sort of like emphasize the like in the field aspect, but there's a lot of stuff like in the university hospital where they work. So yeah, it's just a brilliant show. Like I said, it ran 3 seasons, 2 initially, like one season, special episode, second season, I think that was like 09 and 10, and then there was a 7-year gap. They came back for season 3 in 2017, and then they did a movie which finished it off, like a theatrically released movie in 2018. So the piece we're going to listen to, it's from the first season again. I mentioned for the first 3 seasons, I'm not sure about the movie, but I assume it's the same. But for the first 3 seasons anyway, Sato Naoki, or Naoki Sato, depending on which convention you do in terms of saying the given name or the surname first. But yeah, he did the music for the whole show. We're going to listen to a tune called Exguisite Line, but it's like exquisite with a G instead of a Q, like exquisite. But yeah, it's called Exguisite Line. I don't remember if there's like a consistent type of scene or like, moment within a scene where this is often used. What I do remember about it is it's one of like 2 or 3 tracks on the soundtrack which has a 303. It actually has acid. So, when I was watching the show, I was gripped by the drama and the acting and so on, but there were a few times where I remember like, I'm paying attention to the dialogue, whatever, and then in the corner of my mind, it's like, wait, I'm hearing a 303. I'm hearing acid right now. What is happening? So this is one of the tunes that definitely has some 303. So yeah, I love a soundtrack that sort of highlights or intensifies or improves an already great piece of fictional drama by lending it that aural atmosphere. But when you do so with a little bit of a 303, it's just it's like a gratuitous like cherry on top for me. So let's get to it. This is Sato Naoki from the Code Blue Dr. Helicopter Season 1 soundtrack, and it's called Exguisite Line. It's often used when there's like a new problem that has just arisen. They're on the scene, they're helping people. Oh wait, there's someone over there that we didn't even see, and they're even worse, like off. Dramatic strings, acid, and percussion flourishes. Get out of here. almost like, you know, like in movies and shows when like a bomb or something will go off, like a very loud percussive like blast, and there'll be, you know, the way they'll sort of put you in the mind or through the eyes of a character is it'll give that like high pitched, almost like feedback sort of frequency sound, and it's indicative of like what it feels like to, you know, like suddenly like get such a loud blast that your ears are like simultaneously like muffled and like ringing very loud at the same time. It sort of like felt like that at the end of that tune. But yeah, I love that. I forgot that it had sort of like a breakbeat, almost kind of like a Prodigy or like Crystal Method sort of feel. I love that acid riff. And again, it's like, it's hard for me when I'm like doing these reactions to these J-drama tracks, which I just started doing, but I'm trying to think about it as a piece of music just on its own as much as possible, but it really is hard to divorce it like from the show. So again, I was thinking about it like obviously as I was listening that like, oh, when is this used? Oh right, I think this is used in this sort of context, and sort of just thinking about like the dramatic moments of the show. So I suppose that's inevitable if that's the context in which you first heard it. But yeah, again, it's one of several tunes on this soundtrack for season 1 that has a 303. So quite apart from the sort of drama and the percussive flourishes and so on, I just love that little element. Do let me know what you think. We'll be back for more. I have all the season 1 soundtrack and all of the season 3 soundtrack. I'm still working on getting the season 2 one, and there are a couple tunes unique to season 2 that are very good, so hopefully I'll be able to get that. But either way, do let me know what you think of this one. I will see you next time. Peace.